And that's why I will call you out for it now, and I will call you out again in the future when you do shit like this again. So thank you for your response. Thank you for trying to make it all seem very reasonable. I'm not having it. Sorry. Facial recognition technology. An invasion of our privacy. Are we on the verge of no longer being safe anywhere at any time? Alexander Klöpping is a Dutch technology influencer who went viral in the last 2 days for making a video where he seems to be using Meta Ray-Ban glasses to, in real time, find out people's identity in the street without them knowing or their consent. This video has been going viral in the Netherlands. It has been going viral even abroad on Twitter. However, the image that Alexander Klöpping portrays in his video is misleading. He tries to build an image of facial recognition technology and how it might be used through these smart glasses that simply is unrealistic. He completely fails to mention really important contextual information, for example, about legislation or technological limitations and availability of this type of technology. So yesterday I made a video in Dutch to deal with all of these misleading statements and the misinformation that is spreading around the world through this video. So actually, as I was editing this video yesterday to make an English version with an analysis of the video that Alexander Klöpping put out in the Netherlands regarding facial recognition technology and smart glasses, he actually responded to my initial video on LinkedIn. Now, I wasn't made aware of this until this morning because for some reason the LinkedIn algorithm didn't deem it relevant to show this to me. However, it has since then, and I have it right here, and I would quickly like to dive into it. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to save that to the very end because a lot of the things that Alexander Klöpping says in his response actually are things that I already touched on in my advanced analysis in English that you'll be watching today. So just keep watching the video, stay all the way till the end, and then at the end I will quickly cover Alexander's response and why I think a lot of what he says really, doesn't make any difference and doesn't make it any better. I'll catch you at the end of this video on that. Here we are at the very start of the video.
Dus gewoon de bril opzetten en dan film ik jou.
Alexander Klöpping in this video says, hey, I've got these glasses here, and when I put them on, I'm filming you. But that's not really what's going on. The Meta Ray-Ban glasses, they don't start filming anybody the moment you put them on. In fact, you would have to actively activate their filming capabilities. You would have to say something like, hey Meta, please take a video. Or you have to hold your finger to the glasses at the top to activate video mode. Even when you have it activated, there will be a little light burning in the top corner. Now, I'll admit it's not very easy to see, but it would indicate that it's actually recording. And then finally, any video recording may only take up to 1 minute. So it's not actually possible to just wear these glasses all the time and film everything you want. This video originally was made in Dutch and I posted that yesterday. And in the comments, there were actually people who responded saying, Aragorn, you can live stream video from the glasses to WhatsApp. And so maybe that's how they analyze the data. But Meta doesn't actually allow direct API access to any video stream within WhatsApp. What we're left with is another person at the end of the line who would then be actively monitoring the WhatsApp stream, taking screenshots manually of the video feed, and then uploading those into the artificial intelligence website like Face ID or PimEyes to identify the individual. In fact, when you don't use them very actively all the time, the battery life on these glasses is a maximum of 4 hours. If you were to use the video capabilities all the time, minute after minute, because you'd have to reactivate it every minute, the battery would probably run out after less than half an hour. So the idea that you can just walk around with these and then continuously film people and then real-time identify them is actually a lie. And we haven't even spoken about the real capabilities of this camera yet and whether what he's trying to show us is real, but we'll get into that in a second. So let's go back to the video and keep watching. This is actually a nice little detail. You hear that sound and the text in the bottom of the screen. It's like you're watching a Jason Bourne movie, right? It's all meant to set up this feeling for you, this ominous feeling of, hey, something's really wrong here.
Mag ik wat vragen? Als ik naar Amsterdam Centraal wil, kan ik dan het beste naar
de metro
de
pakken.
metro, niet de trein pakken?
Nee, de metro.
All right, so let's analyze what we're seeing. So a woman walks up to him. Clearly, he's turned on the recording mode on his camera because he's looking at her, and we have that video footage on the right. The moment she is close enough, you see a mouse dragging over the screen multiple times to actually take a screenshot of her face. And this is very relevant. What you're seeing here, this is a Windows mouse. So this is not actually the glasses or some kind of app on the glasses or on his phone that is real time taking screenshots. No, this is a human being. So what you're seeing here is that while watching it, they made a screenshot of it to identify the face of the person. But as you can see in this video here, it says in the bottom of the screen, it says AI is looking for a match. So again, he's misleading you because he's trying to make it seem like there is a real-time artificial intelligence being activated the moment he sees this woman and is now real-time searching for her identity on the internet, which is absolutely not going on. This is misleading. This is a straight-up lie meant to influence you, to make you think that these glasses have some kind of technology that enables anybody wearing them, anybody who has these glasses, to instantaneously find your information and identity on the internet based on facial recognition technology, which is not the case. This is a lie. I cannot stress this enough.
Nee, de metro, dat is vaak sneller. En dan gewoon Noord-Zuid.
Right now, on the left, that they're looking up the face. So it says choose your face. So the tool that he's using here is actually called PIM Eyes. But it's one of many tools that are available on the internet to do exactly this. These are tools that, and I can show you because I can go there. I can look for face check app. And now we see here is face check ID, the first hit, but we can also go down to PIM Eyes, which is the tool that you saw being used by Alexander Klöpping. And as you see here, you can now upload the video, or you can use a camera for photos. But let's see if I have a photo of myself here. Let's take this one. As you can see, I am now searching, processing. I can add more photos if I want a better result, but hey, let's go with one. And as you can see, it now finds all the photos of me on the internet, which will then lead me to the websites that have information on me. So this is what Alexander Klöpping is doing here. It is not a technology that is on the glasses. It's not an app that he can use on his phone. It's not real time, even though he wants you to believe that is the case.
Klein,
Ja.
of die naar Centraal Station.
He does this with multiple people. And the important thing is that later on, and this is where he re-engages with these people. But just to be clear, he re-engages with them at a later point in time in a different location. Here you see the same woman who was the first woman he interviewed. And now in the video, he's asking her...
Dat je Floor heet?
Ja.
He's asking her, hey, is it true that your name is Floor? And she's like, hey, yeah. But the thing is that he's trying to make it seem like this is like a few seconds after his glasses found the information and then fed it to him. But that's not what's going on. And now he says, hey, I know your name. And it makes it seem like he found that information real time with his glasses. But that's not the case. They did the search online in a browser with a screenshot from the video, which is basically just a photo. And then when he saw her again, he said to her, hey, is this your name? Because he found that online. But he's making it seem like it's real time. And so this is extremely misleading because anybody, and I just want to stress this, anybody who has a smartphone can do exactly what Alexander Klöpping is doing here. You can do it, I can do it, anybody can do it. You do not need smart glasses, not the Meta Ray-Bans, not any, to do this. So the only difference here between what is possible for anybody right now and Alexander Klöpping is that he used the Meta Ray-Ban glasses to record the video, to do the browser search. It is not real time. I cannot stress this enough. This is so incredibly misleading. Another thing that's really important in this entire video, what Alexander Klöpping is not mentioning, is that 1, these Meta Ray-Ban glasses are not for sale in the Netherlands. And the reason for that is that they are not aligned with our Dutch legislation This is why they're not being sold here. So not only are they not being sold here, technically Alexander Klöpping is probably breaking the law by doing this. But he conveniently forgets to mention that in the video, making it seem like this is something that anybody can do and that anybody can buy and that anybody has access to. 2. The AI Act in the EU actually explicitly makes this kind of use of artificial intelligence illegal. Yes, it is illegal. Alexander Klöpping is trying to make us think that anybody has access to this and that anybody can be doing this. And then finally, I would like to point out that he makes this all seem very scary. But the truth is that there is security cameras on every corner of every street, everywhere, continuously filming us. And there are already multiple examples of how this footage can be accessed publicly with artificial intelligence to find and identify people. There has been an experiment 1 year ago by an American student who actually created technology to real-time search people's faces on the internet using artificial intelligence. The technology that Alexander Klöpping is faking in this video does actually exist. But in over a year, it's barely being used by people. And the reason for that is that there's very little upside, very little benefit, very little convenience to using this kind of complicated technological solutions to do something that anybody can do with their smartphone and a website. A year ago, a developer on Twitter called Dries de Porter posted a video of an app he built where he uses AI to find corresponding footage of particular moments in the street. This was already possible. You don't need Meta Ray-Ban glasses to do that, right? So again, Alexander Klöpping is trying to build this really misleading, scary image here, but he's counting on the viewer to only have half the information and none of the context in which this is being portrayed. All in all, this video doesn't sit right with me because Alexander Klöpping is using your fears as a consumer against you. He is trying to scare you, probably only just so that he can get more media attention, because I really can't think of any other reason. It is misleading, it is half a truth, and in my personal opinion, half a truth is a lie. So Alexander Klöpping is actively, consciously lying to the audience, lying to the public about the availability and the capabilities of these technologies, and he's conveniently leaving out that it is actually illegal to do this and that we already have legislation in place to protect EU and Dutch citizens against this kind of misuse of technology. Hey everybody, so as I promised at the start of this video, I would cover Alexander Klöpping's response, which he posted to me on LinkedIn yesterday, and unfortunately I only found out about it this morning. So here we have his response on LinkedIn. Now, for those of you that don't speak Dutch, I will translate the important parts. So he said, "Thank you for your advanced video analysis. I completely understand that if somebody would use technology to scare people, I would react the same way." He says, "You conclude that we used a complex process of filming in the morning, downloading and returning in the afternoon. In reality, it was much simpler. We used a live stream on WhatsApp, which is a built-in functionality." Well, if you watch his video, you know that I've covered that already. He says the whole process took 30 seconds per person. No local recordings, but a direct stream. Okay, fair enough. So he had a direct stream to WhatsApp and somebody was on the other side of WhatsApp who was taking screenshots of the stream and then uploading those to PimEyes to make an analysis of who this person was and find their social media. The problem with that is that it doesn't change any of my conclusions. The video that Alexander Klöpping originally made made it seem very much like the whole thing was automated. There was an AI application running on the glasses that was in real time. So the moment he started speaking to a person, real time searching for their social media and their information online and their identity. And as Alexander Klöpping now confirms, that was not the case. He says it only took 30 seconds. The thing is, that matters, right? It matters. It means that you cannot just simply walk up to somebody and your AI will start telling you who they are. It took a good minute. Now, why does that matter? Because you might say, Aragorn, a minute is not that long, right? It matters because it just adds to the whole fugazi that's created here. The point that I really want to stress again is that Alexander Klöpping is making it seem like now there is a new technology. Smart glasses using artificial intelligence that allow you or any user that buys them to be anywhere, talk to anyone, and instantaneously find out who they are and what their background is through their online profile. But the truth is that is not what's going on. And the truth is that anything that he did here was already available through a smartphone. If Alexander Klöpping, instead of using these glasses, had been sitting outside the train station with his phone like this, pretending to be on an app or gaming or whatever, he could have filmed anybody coming out of the station in 4K quality, which is a much higher resolution than the Meta Ray-Bans have. He could have been filming them for half an hour. The Meta Ray-Bans can only record a minute at a time or 3-minute live stream video to WhatsApp. Maximum. He could have done a live stream from his phone in higher quality, high resolution, and done the same thing. Nobody would have noticed. Now, some people say, well, when you're filming with your phone, it's really obvious. No, it's not. You're really overestimating your own ability to be aware of things. There's a reason that there's a whole program for CIA agents and Navy SEALs to become aware of their environment. Most people are not aware of what's going on around them because they're inside their own head, thinking about their day, their responsibilities, and what they're going to be doing. So when somebody's outside of a train station, standing there with a mobile phone, filming everybody, you would never notice. And with modern smartphones like a Samsung, you can film somebody from 50 meters away because it has 20x optical zoom. You would never know somebody filmed you or made a live stream of you or took note of you, right? So the whole, and this is so important, the whole point of, oh, you can only do this with these smart glasses, or these smart glasses are scary and they use AI. All of that's not true, right? Anything he did here was already available on a smartphone for the last 5 years with a website called PimEyes. Anybody could have been doing this. This is nothing new. And that is relevant because Alexander Klöpping is creating this scary image of these new smart glasses that invade our privacy. And by doing that, he is undermining the potential good that this kind of technology can bring to the world. This kind of technology with smart glasses has incredible potential. It has incredible potential to make the world a better place. It can help blind people find their way in busy cities. It can help older people be less digitally excluded because an artificial intelligence in the glasses with a camera could explain to them how to use their smartphone or how to use newer technology that they're not familiar with. It can act as an assistant. It can act as a personal friend. We are facing an incredibly complicated time with aging populations and digital exclusion going on everywhere. Most of our elderly are lonely. Imagine if they could at least have an artificial intelligence friend to talk to that can come with them and go anywhere, answer their questions and help them through life. The upside potential of this type of technology is incredible. Like I said, it can help people with dementia. It can help people that are digitally excluded because they don't understand modern technology. It can be used in factory settings to find dangerous situations. It can be used to save lives in so many ways. It can help with first aid. Imagine wearing a pair of these glasses. Somebody is in an emergency state and you can ask your AI to help you with first aid, right? There's so many great applications, but by doing this, Alexander Klöpping is creating a bias against this kind of technology, which is extremely harmful. He's trying to make it all seem, oh, I didn't mean to give the wrong impression. No, you did. No, you did. You knew what this would look like. You knew. Right? And you actively made the choice. You actively made the choice to leave out all of this relevant information about availability, about ease of access, about the fact that people could already do that with the smartphone, about the fact that you actually had somebody in the background doing an online search on a computer rather than it being automated and real time. All of that, you left it conveniently out because that didn't suit your narrative. It didn't suit your attempt at creating all of this drama around what this technology really is and what it represents. And that's why I hold you responsible still. And your answer does not make it any better. I got quite passionate there again. Now, he goes on in his answer to say, yes, but the Meta Ray-Ban glasses is for sale in Belgium and France. Why didn't you say this up front? Why did it take me calling you out for you to actually say this? Why wasn't it part of your original video? And this is the point I want to make. He then goes on, he says, the text in the screen that says AI is looking for a match is referring to the person doing the browser search. And it's very easy. Very easy for whom? Most people watching this video on national television, this would not be easy, right? It would be hard. They would have no idea where to get started. But you made it seem like they can just put these glasses on and it will instantaneously work for them. That's easy. What you're doing is not easy. Again, you are misrepresenting, and you know very well, you know extremely well that is what you were doing. You're just trying to make excuses now and seem reasonable, which I'm not having it. So finally, he says, this fragment shows how easy it is with publicly available tools to find faces and that it can be done without being noticed. Yes, but why didn't you show it with a smartphone? A device that everybody has. Why did you use Meta Ray-Ban smart glasses that are not for sale in the Netherlands and that barely 500,000 people worldwide have right now? Why did you do that? You did that because you thought that would be cooler and get a bigger response. That's why you did it. You know very well what you did, and now you're trying to make excuses. And I think it's hypocritical, and I think that the damage that you're doing is incredible. And that's why I will call you out for it now, and I will call you out again in the future when you do shit like this again. So thank you for your response. Thank you for trying to make it all seem very reasonable. I'm not having it, sorry. Next time you're watching content like this, I highly recommend you to take it with a pinch of salt and to really ask yourself, what is the objective of the influencer here? What are they trying to achieve? Are they really trying to show me something that is in my best interest and in the best interest of society? Or are they just trying to scare me into something so they can have higher viewer numbers? The upside potential of this type of technology is incredible. If people like Alexander Klöpping try to put it in a negative light and scare you against it, just so that they can have more likes on their social media and make more money off you, I think it's despicable. That's it for now. MrMetaverse signing off. And like they say in the Netherlands, see you later.